In today's episode, I'm going to turn this pile of fabric into a dividing curtain for the pop-top upstairs sleeping area, so that our boys feel like they're not sharing a bed. Okay, so here's the overall plan. It's a very simple wedge shape, and at the bottom I'm going to put a splay right and left with velcro on the underside, so that I can then stick a piece of velcro on the metal support bar that holds the beech slats themselves in the bed base. And then another splay on the top, here again with the hook side of velcro, which can very easily just stick to the velour ceiling of the sleeping area itself. And within the curtain itself I'm going to attach a couple of little pockets and a couple of little hooks so that they can put books or iPads or phones or whatever away and hang a torch up if they want. So back to the sewing room, or as the rest of the family likes to call it, the kitchen table. Please excuse the mess, there's piles of fabric and goodness knows what for all sorts of inventions all over the place. The fabric I've used here is a pre-quilted microfiber, which is incredibly soft and wonderful feel with a double diamond stitch pattern. This is really helpful when it comes to cutting because everything's been done on a square angle, and so you can use the markings on the fabric to help keep all your lines nice and square as you're cutting to ensure you get the correct size pieces, which of course is really quite challenging when you're sewing such a large piece of fabric. Anyway, so sit back, relax, enjoy a cup of tea and watch me work. But first, light. Okay, much better. Now we can see what we're doing. So, I think you've seen before, the top of the caravan's rather like a camper van in this feeling, and this is what it looks like underneath. So I've got a lovely set of sprung slats, a couple of bits of joining metal down the side, of course the hinges on the end, so that in the daytime we can lift the bed up if we like. So we're going to install the divider curtain now, which means the first thing to do is to get this metal cleaned up so that we can velcro on. So we're going to use some alcohol cleaning gel, give it a clean down and then give it a wipe over with some water to make sure there's no residue left, make sure it's thoroughly dry, and then pop the velcro on. Okay, so it's finished. That was very nice. No more slacking now. Let's get this stuff down. So, got some proper Velcro, some proper branded stuff, which is a P14 adhesive on it, which is a pressure cure adhesive. Sticks really well to metal and smooth surfaces and so on. It takes 24 hours to come up to full strength. So to bear that in mind when I'm putting it on. And on this bottom rung here we want this loop side, so the soft fluffy side, and then I've got the hooks on the curtain itself which will pop into place once this has had a chance to settle off a bit more. So first job, measuring it out, and we're going to put two pieces on so that the curtain stays adjustable by spreading the bars at the bottom. And here we go again, this mattress is shifting under my weight and all the wiggling. Hello, little helper.
I'll show you something.
Okay. Okay, slight pause there. See the latest Lego creation and deal with a small boy falling out the door. So let's try and get this Lego down. No, let's try and get this Velcro down. I've got Lego on the brain. Now, the thing to think about first is with these self-adhesives, they stick down much better if you round the corners ever so slightly. They're less likely to get stuck on something and then start to peel off from those very sharp corners. So we'll just round those off. That's two, making sure we don't leave mess everywhere. 3 and 4. Okay, so now just slightly rounded, so hopefully they won't get stuck and come unpeeled. Out the way. So, let's try one strip at a time. This mattress will stop moving, that will be very helpful. manufacturer claims this is a low tack tape which comes up to full strength with pressure. A little bit of warmth. It's got to be warm enough, that's why I waited till today when it's nice and dry and the sun's out. So I should be up to straight here. Given there are two boys coming up here, which will inevitably result in lots of wiggling and pushing and shoving. We'll make sure it's stuck down as well as it possibly can be. It's sticky back velcro which I've just stuck on using finger tightness and then spread, pushing across with the top of my finger to press it down. But just for an extra belt and braces approach, I'm using a wallpaper roller to make sure it's really well pressed down all the way along. Leave that for a decent amount of time to really adhere as well as possible. A few hours or perhaps overnight would be even better if you can manage. Then the next stage is, having removed one of the mattresses to make access easier, to bring the curtain in and to offer it up, and then gently stick it into place using the velcro you've attached. As it's a wedge shape, you might have to experiment pulling the curtain slightly forwards or backwards to get the optimal fit. Hopefully though your angles are perfect, and so when it fits at the front it will also fit at the back. So because there are left and right tabs at the top and the bottom, those are able to be adjusted to give the optimal fit. As you can see, the roof undulates here, and so I'm able to use the tabs higher and lower as it goes over the surface of the roof to be able to keep the same tension throughout the curtain. While I'm up here, I thought I'd just quickly show you what the safety net looks like in this van. We don't tend to use it because our boys are big enough, hopefully, not to fall down the hole in the middle of the night. So the finished product itself is reasonably taut, nice and thick, so it gives them the sense that they're separate from each other. And we've got the storage pockets and the storage hoops there for them to put their bits and bobs away. So they've got plenty of room each. They're much wider than you get in a UK caravan bunk. So hopefully will last them for a very long time. And we can have adults sleeping up there if we so wish, because the roof is rated for adult weight as well. So the divider curtain's been working out really well. All the velcro has managed to stay attached, which is brilliant considering the heat and the cold that the van goes through itself. So really pleased with that. The pockets hold an incredible amount of weight. I mean, you know, kids are forever shoving books and iPads and things into their storage pocket, and it doesn't pull it off the ceiling at all, which is fantastic. So that's worked out really well. The one thing that hasn't worked quite so well is because the curtain went nearly all the way from the front of their bunk right the way to the back, we found actually it was blocking the heat a little bit. So in the winter months, the heat wasn't flowing from one side to the other quite as well. One boy who was nearest the heater outlet was always far too hot, and the other one on the other side was freezing. So what I've done is cut the curtain back a little bit to allow, at the short end where their feet tend to go, to allow a lot more airflow around in that top bed section. And that's proving really good. We've had that running for the last few months across the most recent winter. So advice, it's working really well the way it was designed and the way it's working. Just make it a little bit shorter so that you allow plenty of airflow to carry on around that top sleeping compartment. Thanks for joining us. Please subscribe to follow more of our adventures, and we'll see you in the next one.